Alright everybody, we're going to go ahead and do our next game of our Wheel of Fortune 50th Anniversary Special, in which we're going to be playing the 2003 PC version of Jeopardy! We're going to do that here very shortly, but I got to dismount this first. Here we go, let's play.
Hi folks, I'm Johnny Gilbert. Let's just take care of a little business, then we'll get to our game. Normal game, okay? So how many people out there? Player one, what's your name? Player one, here's your buzz-in key. All right, let's go.
From the Sony Pictures Studios, this is Jeopardy!
Here he is, the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny, and welcome everyone to another exciting game of Jeopardy! The first round categories are as follows. Rock singers. American history. You're in Uruguay. Well, duh. Playing doctor. And finally, famous Freds. Player one, you start us off.
American History 200.
In 1836, at Washington on the Brazos, Texas declared its independence from this country.
Player one.
What is Mexico?
Precisely. Pick again.
American History for 400.
Under the Treaty of Breda, the Dutch gave up New Netherland, which the British renamed this.
Player one.
What is New York?
That's the spot exactly.
In 1676, Nathaniel Bacon led a rebellion in this colony, capturing and burning Jamestown.
Player one.
What is Virginia?
Precisely. Pick again.
The Skyway to Fantasyland closed down in this California theme park in 1994, so now it's just a fantasy.
Player one.
What is Disneyland?
Yes.
Burning Times refers to the 15th through 18th century persecution of American women for this crime.
Player one.
What is witchcraft?
Exactly.
Famous Fred 200.
This TV character is a Dino operator at a quarry in Bedrock.
Player one.
Who's Fred Flintstone?
Hey, you're correct.
Bronco Buster in 1895 was his first bronze sculpture.
Player one.
Who is Frederick Remington?
Exactly.
Craven Graven Image, played by Robert Englund in the movies.
Player one.
Who is Freddy Krueger?
Yes.
I'm Too Sexy was this British pop band's biggest hit.
Player one.
What is Right Said Fred?
Precisely. Pick again.
His Polonaise in A-flat major, opus 53, is called Heroic.
Player one.
Who is Frederick Chopin?
Definitely.
Playing Doctor 200.
He played physician and poet Yuri Zhivago in a 1965 film.
Player one.
Who is Omar Sharif?
Precisely. Pick again.
This X-Files character went from medical school to the FBI.
Player one.
Who is Dana Scully?
That's who we were looking for.
Plastic surgeon Michael J. Fox is sidetracked in a small town on his way to L.A. in this 1991 film comedy.
Player one.
What is Doc Hollywood?
Precisely. Pick again.
It's the name of the fictional cannibalistic psychiatrist in Silence of the Lambs.
Player one.
What is Hannibal Lecter? Who is Hannibal Lecter?
Definitely. Answer? The Daily Double. Did you make your wager, please?
He played Dr. Douglas Ross on ER.
Player one.
Who is George Clooney?
Exactly.
Rock singer.
His Men in Black single topped the UK charts but wasn't available as a commercial US release.
Player one.
Who is Will Smith?
Hey, you're correct.
This group's Brian Wilson adapted Chuck Berry's Sweet Little 16 as Surfin' USA.
Player one.
Who are the Beach Boys?
Precisely. Pick again.
11 years after his last top 20 solo hit, this Sweet Caroline singer had the third top-grossing tour of 1993.
Player one.
Who is Neil Diamond?
Hey, you're correct.
In 1990, her Justify My Love became the first video by a major star to be banned by MTV.
Player one.
Who is Madonna?
Precisely. Pick again.
In 1989, he re-recorded 8 of his classic hits for the film biography Great Balls of Fire.
Player one.
Who is Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yes.
You're in Uruguay. 200.
Uruguay's only large city, this capital contains about 40% of the country's population.
Player one.
What is Montevideo?
Exactly.
Top sport in the country, Uruguay has won the World Cup in this twice, in 1930 and 1950.
Player one.
What is soccer?
Hey, you're correct.
Long romanticized in literature, these cowboys tend ranches called estancias.
Player one.
What are gauchos?
Precisely. Pick again.
The two traditional political parties are named for their colors, blancos for white and colorados for this color.
Player one.
What is red?
Hey, you're correct.
Uruguay's bird life ranges from small parakeets to this 5-foot-tall flightless bird.
Player one.
What is the rhea?
Precisely. Pick again.
Samuel Goldwyn supposedly said anyone who goes to one of these doctors should have his head examined.
Player one.
What is a psychiatrist?
Hey, you're correct.
It's the name of the Pope just before the one seen here.
If you'll just watch this, we'll show you the clue. Player one.
What is Pope John Paul? Who's Pope John Paul I?
No, too bad. Player three.
Who was John Paul the First?
Just John Paul.
Exactly.
Well, duh, for 600.
Joan Embry reports that all birds have these, a characteristic shared by no other type of animal.
Player one.
What are feathers?
Hey, you're correct.
Ball player Alex Johnson said this when asked 2 homers last year, 7 this year. What's the difference?
Player one.
What's 5?
Exactly.
Here's the final answer on this board.
It's the largest university in Hawaii.
Player 1.
What is the University of Hawaii?
Exactly. Okay, that's it for the Jeopardy round. Now we're going to take a quick look at the score. Big lead. Player 1, well done. You're not far off the pace, Player 3. Player 2, you're in last place, but you do get to start things off first in Double Jeopardy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Double Jeopardy. Here are the categories for the Double Jeopardy round. The Food Court, The Queen's English, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Foolish Fashion Fads, Mummy, Dearest, and Baseball.
Foolish fashion fads for 400.
In the early 1800s, these were so high and starched, the points might cut a man's ears if he moved too quickly.
Player 3.
What are colors?
Yes.
Foolish fashion fads for 800.
Worn in the 1500s, Chopin's, an exaggerated style of these, could make the wearer 18 inches taller.
Player 3.
What are sandals?
Good guess, but it's not what we're looking for. Player 1.
Or shoes?
Exactly.
Foolish fashion fads 12.
Answer? A daily double. Did you make your wager, please?
15,000.
These 18th century dandies noodled around in extremely high wigs topped with tiny little hats.
Player 1.
Or macaronis?
Hey, you're correct.
The bustle named for this Jersey lily collapsed when a lady sat down and sprang back when she stood up.
Is that it? Anyone? This is the correct question.
Lily Langtree.
Talk about fashion risks. This dancer wore a scarf so long it actually strangled her in 1927.
Player 2?
Who was Isadora Duncan?
Yes, it was her. So pick again.
Okay, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes for 400.
That's right, Gov. The first Holmes story was this scarlet one.
Player 1. Ooh,
No.
sorry.
Oh!
Player 3.
What is a study in scarlet?
Exactly.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes for 800.
Holmes goes to see a man about a dog in this 1902 novel about a deadly hound.
Player 1. Definitely.
All the mates knew the 221B on this street was Sherlock's London address.
Player 1. Precisely. Pick again.
Conan Doyle did this to Holmes in The Final Problem, but the public outcry caused him to change his mind.
Player 1. Definitely.
If events would come a cropper, Inspector Lestrade of this police yard would seek out Holmes for help.
Player 1. Exactly.
On September 27, 1998, in his final at-bat, this Cardinal hit his 70th home run of the season.
Player 1. Definitely.
On April 4, 1997, the new Turner Field opened with this home team defeating the visiting Cubs 5-4.
Player 1. Exactly.
In 1997, this Jim Leyland-managed team became the first wild card to win a World Series.
Player 2?
Who are the Atlanta Braves?
No, that's not right. Sorry. Player 3?
Who are the Florida Marlins?
Definitely.
Let's go for the Queen's English for 400.
In England, a cuppa is a cup of this.
Player 1. Precisely. Pick again.
The British call a tire, but they spell it this way.
Player 1. Definitely.
If you got a new brolly as a gift on Boxing Day, you received one of these.
Player 1. Precisely. Pick again.
On a road map, the M in M1 or M2 stands for this.
Player 1. No, sorry. Anyone? What we were looking for was this.
It's a military officer's servant, not a Caped Crusader.
Player 1. Exactly. Answer? The daily double. Did you make your wager, please?
This Dodger won 27 games in 1966, but retired at season's end due to an arthritic arm.
Player 1. Good guess, but it's not what we're looking for. Take a look. Here's the right response.
When this Brooklyn field opened in 1913, Borough President Alfred Steers tossed out the first ball.
Player 3.
What is Ebbets Field?
Precisely. Pick again.
I'd like Mummy Dearest for 400.
It's this actor's portrayal of the mummy that was used on the U.S. stamp.
Player 1. Definitely.
The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb is a top seller in this kids' book series.
Player 1. Exactly.
Ancient Egyptians worshipped these small animals, and now their scans are used to study mummies.
Player 1. Yes.
Of 3, 9, or 13, the number of tana leaves it takes to bring a mummy back to life in the movies.
Player 1. Ooh, no, sorry. Player 2?
What is 9?
Precisely. Pick again.
I'll try the food court for 400.
For lunch, how about a Hawaiian pizza topped with ham or Canadian bacon and this fruit?
Player 1. Definitely.
When the first Arby's opened in 1964, its entire food menu was potato chips and this sandwich.
Player 1. Exactly.
If you're in the mood for Mexican fast food, try a gordita or chalupa from this chain.
Player 1. Hey, you're correct.
Treat yourself and stop by one of the cookie stores named for this woman, who opened her first store in 1977.
Player 1. Exactly.
This salad, made with apples, celery, walnuts, and mayo, is named for the New York hotel where it was created.
Player 1. Hey, you're correct. And to wrap up this board,
In 1994, the Royal Mummy Room in this Egyptian city was reopened after 13 years.
Player 1. That's the spot exactly. That's the end of the Double Jeopardy round. Let's check out the scores once again. Player 1, you've got the lead going into Final Jeopardy. You're still in the thick of it, Player 3. You'll get back in the game, Player 2. It's that time, folks. Final Jeopardy. We'll take a look at the category, then give you a few seconds to think about your wager. Criminal pairs. Go ahead. Make your wager. Player 2, your wager, please. Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Player 1, please make your wager. Here's the Final Jeopardy answer. Good luck.
A new Ford V8, stolen by this pair in Topeka on April 29, 1934, became world famous a few weeks later.
Let's see how everyone did. Your question, Player 2. That's correct. What did you wager? Your question, Player 3. Sorry, that's incorrect. How much did it cost you? Your question, Player 1. Very good. What was your wager? Congratulations to the big winner here today on Jeopardy! Player 1. Hope you all had fun. See you again on Jeopardy!
Hi, folks. I'm Johnny Gilbert. Let's just get a few details out of the way before we start our game.